All right, we're here. We're doing it.
2 hours later.
What the fuck?
Superstar!
If you guys know me personally, which not a lot of you do, you would know that I have been waiting for this since Christmas Day. Jordan Peele launched the trailer for Us on Christmas Day, and I have been, like, in my head, conspiring. I have been just thinking about conspiracies and thoughts and, like, compiling what ideas about what this movie could be about. And let me tell you, every single time I saw something from the trailer, I would turn to Marcel and go, oh, this is gonna happen. And all of my ideas were turned 180 degrees, and I was like, if you guys have not seen the movie Us yet, I do want to warn you that there are going to be some spoilers in this. I'm not going to go too in depth because, you know what, I need to see it like 5 or 6 more times to be able to dissect it in the way that I want to. Honestly, if there wasn't like people sitting behind us in the theater, I probably would have had my phone out taking notes the whole time, to be honest. Like, that is me, the honesty corner. I would see something in the movie and my brain would be like, okay, remember that, remember that. Like, I'm still just caught up in thought about, like, as you guys can see, I haven't even gathered my thoughts and I'm already going off. To start, I saw Us about 5 days after it came out. I saw it last Wednesday. And my expectations were so high that I was having anxiety going into the theater. I'm like, this movie better fucking blow my mind. And it did. So I haven't watched any other reviews on this movie because I didn't want my personal review to be biased, even though it's probably going to be a little biased because I am a huge Jordan Peele fangirl. I love Jordan Peele. I've been a huge fan since Mad TV. If you know, you know. Even though I didn't watch any reviews, I did go ahead and watch a buttload of interviews with the cast, and I watched almost all of the South by Southwest's like panel interviews, and I just, instead of watching reviews, I wanted to spend my time getting to know the characters and the actors a little bit better, if that makes sense. I did a deep dive, if you will. So like I said, I'm not going to really dissect this movie in the way that I want to because I do think I need to watch it at least, let's be realistic, 5 more times. I'm not going to talk too much about the twists, the symbolism. I will talk about it, but not too much. But like I said, there will be spoilers, so if you have not seen this movie, go ahead and click away now. I'll start off with my thoughts of the movie as a whole, I guess. I thought the cast was brilliant. I thought they were all paired together so well. Lupita and Gabe, the dad Winston, they both played in Black Panther together. I am just a huge Lupita fan. Holy crap, I think she is probably one of the most beautiful women in the whole entire world. Her skin just gives me life. But not only did her and Gabe, the dad, Winston, his real name is Winston, not only did they play in the movie together, they also graduated, I think it was university, correct me if I'm wrong, it was university or college together, so they had great chemistry. Also, the kids were phenomenal in the movie, and freaking Tim Heidecker was in it, okay? As soon as I saw his name in the credits, I was like, yes! So if you guys have seen Get Out, like, you would know there's a couple of comedy relief scenes in it. You know, you really see Jordan Peele's humor kind of shining through here and there. But from the trailer of Us, I didn't think that there would be as much comedy as there was in the movie. I found myself, like, on the edge of my seat, like, my heart beating like this, being like, oh my god, and then laughing my ass off in the next scene. And it was so, like, the dynamic was amazing. So one thing I really want to touch on is how beautiful the movie was colored. It was so, like, vibrant, and every scene was colored, like, according to how you were supposed to feel as you were watching it. I loved it. Every scene was so impactful, and there's so much foreshadowing. Holy crap, that's why I said I wanted to be able to take notes, because there was so much foreshadowing in the movie about what's going to happen, and it doesn't really give you enough time to process before it hits you with more, and you're just like, what? So we were in the theater with like 6 other people because we saw it at like 3:30 in the afternoon, and nobody was really at the movies at that time, but it was me and a girl like 4 rows ahead of us. We were like gasping and screaming so loud. Marcel was like, be quiet. Like, dude, I'm having So let's really quickly talk about the symbolism in this movie. If you guys have seen Get Out, there's so many things hidden in the movie that when you're watching it with someone else, you're kind of like, did you just notice that too? Kind of like, that's why I'm saying you have to watch his movies like 5-6 times to be able to process what's going on. Anyways, some of the symbolism and some of the like little Easter eggs that really stuck out to me in the movie and that I remembered, because I have a terrible memory and I'm so thankful that Marcel and I were like a team effort in remembering this. I was like waiting for the bus to go home, like writing out all my thoughts. But a couple things I will mention: the Hands Across America. Okay, the movie opens with a TV screen. But me being like, okay, there has to be hidden messages. Here I am like, okay, what do all these books say? What is this? What do the VCR things say? Oh my God, the tapes. They're called tapes, actually, tapes. And like, I was just trying to like gather as much information that my mind slipped the Hands Across America. Oh my God. And when they came back to it at the end, I was like, oh my God. The beginning is just one whole big Easter egg that you need to keep in mind for the rest of the movie. Second, in the beginning of the movie, Zora, which is the daughter, you can see she is seen wearing a rabbit on her shirt, as well as Adelaide, or Lupita the mom. She pulls out a memory box that has a small rabbit stuffed animal in it. And those are both huge foreshadowing for when you find out like the twist later on in the movie. So this is going to be a little bit long-winded, but you guys will notice in the movie that Jeremiah 11:11, which is a Bible verse, I believe. I'm not too familiar with the Bible. Don't come for me. Jeremiah 11:11 was quoted several times, and if you just kind of like break it down, 11:11 is the symbol for coincidences, or what's the word I'm looking for? Chance. That's the word I'm looking for. But which led me to look, because a lot of times when I look at a digital clock, I notice 1, 2, 3, 4. Midnight or at noon, I notice 12:34. And when I went to go and do some research into this, I thought to look up the 1, 2, 3, 4, and it says it's a sign to live your best life, which I am doing, bitch. Anyways, back to the 11:11. If you look at it, 1, 1, 1, 1. 4. There's 4 singular ones, which could mimic the family, 4 people, which could also mimic 1, 1, 1, 1, like with the dots in the middle being symmetrical for the 2 halves. If you guys have seen the movie, you know the twist, the tethered, there's 2 halves of the families. 11:11. But I'm just going to go ahead and read this to you. Jeremiah 11:11 states, "Therefore thus said the Lord, Behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them." Which, if you have seen the movie, you will probably understand this a little bit better. Can we just talk about, I got 5 on it, because that fight sequence, like the dance/fight sequence with the bone-chilling music, my life is complete for now. Okay, lastly, let's talk about the scissors. You guys have seen the movie posters. They all have scissors. They're holding the scissors in their hands, which, if you really think about it, can mean 2 things. Scissors are more than likely a lot of the time symmetrical, unless you see those big kitchen, scissors that have like the hand grip so your hand fits in it properly, or like craft scissors. But a lot of the time, scissors are symmetrical. 2 halves put together, half and half of the same thing. The tethered, the people together. I haven't even gone to what the tethered is, and I don't think I'm going to really, I'm just gonna let your mind wander there if you haven't seen the movie, okay? Because I don't want to, ruin too much here. I'm trying my best not to give, too many spoilers, but, my mind still can't comprehend this movie. I'm sorry. Anyways, back to the scissors. The scissors can also represent the untethering, which is the, when the click clack. So, like I said, I wasn't really going to talk about the twist too much, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit. When I first saw the trailer and you see the little girl in the Thriller shirt, I personally thought it would have been a totally different storyline, like it was a different family, not Lupita Nyong'o's character. If you don't want to hear how the movie ends, or near how the movie ends, please, you have been warned, click away now. So we find out that Adelaide, or Lupita, isn't actually who she claims to be, but what really stuck out to me was how, when you find out the character twist, how the animalistic side of Lupita's character comes out, and man, she is such a phenomenal actress. I am shocked. Like, I am still shook about that movie, as you once again can probably tell. There's just so much I loved about this movie, and like the way that I'm filming this, I guess leaves it open for me to film a second video really going in depth and dissecting. I just really wanted to get like my thoughts about this movie out, because if not, they would just be in my head driving me crazy until I spoke about it. But there's still so much that I need to, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Jordan Peele. I'm obsessed with his movies. I think after this, I'm gonna go watch Get Out again for the fucking 10th time. But one thing I want to talk about really quickly is my conspiracy theory that I had when we first, like, were introduced to this trailer. Okay, hear me out. Get Out was the first movie. Us, second movie. Get Out of the US. What do you think? The thing that furthered this conspiracy was in the movie. At one point, Lupita says something about taking the family to Mexico. Get out of the US. So all in all, I think I'm gonna give this movie a 9 out of 10. I think it was probably one of the best movies. There's a lot of plot holes, I guess, if you really think about it, but if you just go into this movie thinking like, okay, Jordan Peele is about to fuck my mind up and I am ready for it, then you just don't overthink it. Just go into it thinking it's a Jordan Peele movie, and don't think of the things that could be missing or things that could have been added. Just think of it as the movie as a whole and just enjoy it for what it is, because I love it. I loved it so much. But like I said, I'm giving it a generous 9 out of 10, and I'm really happy that I got to experience this in a group setting, because I don't get to do that very often. So let me know what you guys thought of this movie if you have seen it. If not, I do really encourage you to go. Like, I am so happy that we had movie like passes to go. I probably wouldn't have spent the money if I didn't have passes, but I'm so thankful that those were given to us. Thank you to my mom for sponsoring this video, and I'm just very blown away by the talent of Jordan Peele, and I see a big future for him in the horror genre. So once again, let me know what you thought. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know all of your thoughts and conspiracies and opinions down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Why am I out of breath? Why do I have the urge to end this video saying, only you can prevent forest fires? Sayonara, suckers.